What's up, guys? In this gameplay of ZAKU 2 Ranged, I frag out extremely hard and honestly just deadlift this game. And I get accused of not being me. So, we'll see that later on. So, going right into it about how to play the character, you always want to be flanking. Now, I went on a pretty far flank here, but it let me arrive on the enemy's side without them knowing I'm there at all. And with that, I was able to get a really nice kill. It's super advantageous. You don't have to be like taking any damage before the fight starts. And you're always making the enemy team like wonder about where you are, right? And as you can see in this fight, I'm always trying to come from behind the enemy, always trying to reposition to get back into places to flank from them, and never going from in front of them. So like right here, you know, I'm on my third target, and I've come from behind them every single time. Like even in this sort of circumstance like this, when I see him, I go to hit him, dash behind him. Now I'm still behind him. Fragging, right? The enemy pops out in front of me. As you can see, I was going for the side again, just so the pale rider won't be able to see me from up front. There are times where you'll get like, you know, caught out a little bit, but in that case, it's still fine, and you just finish the kill. This character has insane mobility, so you really need to be taking advantage of it. And like, especially coming from multiple angles. As you can see from there, I went to go get the health, but then I came back from a different angle. You move around so much that you could literally like do a full rotation in a single fight, right? And here's where you're gonna start seeing some really like experimental gameplay essentially of me just running around in their spawn. Now it might kind of look like I'm just absolutely feeding my brains out, but I'm actually carrying really hard because right now my team's fighting a 5v4. Actually a 5v3 because I am dealing with the enemy elsewhere. Now I get 2 kills off of that. You know, and all this time that I'm taking the enemy's attention is time that my team's not getting focused by the enemy, right? And as you can see, even if I didn't get those 2 kills there, I'd still be winning this fight. Again, as you're going to see, always flanking. Exi comes from below me, pump some damage into it. I'm playing from a pretty safe location, and I see an opportunity to drop down on the menace and kill it, and I will. Something that's really important to do, and you can see it here essentially, is like why I don't choose to go for this metis after I've killed it, because no one's going to res it. There's another target for me to like focus on, and it's not needed for me to kill the metis, essentially. So I'm okay to swap. Like that's what you really need to be thinking about when you're playing to kill things. It's really important on flankers, but when you do play as a flanker, you have to understand like when the condition to kill the enemy is, essentially. Like when the condition is to finish them. Also, as a side note, they did end up nerfing ZAKU ranged so that it doesn't recharge one of its dash bars immediately when it uses its smoke. It used to, it doesn't now. So, again, always pushing for the enemy backline. Like on this character, you heal so quickly and you can go so consistently aggro that you really want to be just like going in, going for something. If you start getting low, get out, get the health back, return again from another angle, or return where they don't expect you to be. And it's absolutely rolling them. Okay, I got a memed a little bit here, but it ends up working well. The guy decides to stand still, finishing the kill with my nade. You can use the grenade to animation cancel your reload. By the way, I ended up not doing it entirely. Like as soon as it hits 30 right here with my ammo, you can throw a grenade. And it'll animation cancel, and you can get extra damage in, essentially. Like most characters in the game can do that. So this health pack right here is really valuable for flankers, by the way. And just to get really experimental, instead of going back to the fight, I go spawn camp, and we get ourselves a nice little gun tank. Now I'm distracting 3 people. I get out. It's not always going to work. Right, and you got to kind of understand like when is a good time to do that and when is a time not to do that. If the enemy team is like obsessively chasing after you, then it's pretty solid to do that, because even though I'm not anywhere near my team in this circumstance right here, I have this Barbatos chasing me, and so now this Barbatos is inting after me, wasting his time. I poke him out, don't need to get the kill because it's going to be risky for me to do that and it's going to take too long, so I just go back immediately for a flank. And I'm about to swoop into the back line here and look for some frags. Quick behind me, burn Sazabi. Int as fast as I can to get to this guy. I can't reach him with my ultimate. And now we're in the spawn because, you know, we started the game in the spawn. It's time to end the game in the spawn. So the characters are so powerful with, oh wait, here it is, guys. Here we go, guys. Here's the accusation. Sorry, I almost forgot about it. Are you real done me? What's up, dude? Oh, it's coming. Come on. Come on. Prove it. Prove it he's been destroyed. Okay. Oh, there's my clickbait title out of the way. I think I got everything. Oh yeah. What's the vid name gonna be? I got accused of not being me. There you go, guys. Alright, back to the gameplay. Sorry. Like I said, I had to clickbait. Okay, so again, right back to the flanking. This is like a pretty decent angle to take, but you can take even more aggressive angles here. Like it really depends like what the enemy team's doing. I wanted to come through here so I don't take any sort of poke during that process. And then I see a little gym sniper getting harassed by my metas. But as you can see here, I'm always like, the locations that I'm choosing to attack from are the safe ones. I don't dash through here to go walk it through the high ground. I walk all the way on the side here. And then I peek. I go for this damage. I'm not sure he's going to get killed, so I rotate around to try and finish him. And again, now I'm playing a safe location. Finish nice little kill on ZAKU. Like that's the one that could be rain or res, so you try and finish those ones. Just because it's very important on these sort of characters to make sure that like your kills aren't going to get rezzed, because the kills that you do go for are the ones that, you know, need to be taken care of afterwards. Because if you go for a kill and you kill someone and they get rezzed immediately, it doesn't do anything for you at all, and you're getting like, you know, a quarter of the value that you potentially could get. Guy decides to duel me. I really like that skin though. Hunting down the flankers, pushing further into their backline, checking to see if there's what I can go for. Getting a little bit egotistical and seeing if I can push back into them with 300 HP to kill them. But there's just like so many things in this game that will die to you on ZAKU. Like they don't have the sustain to just sustain themselves up against you. Like it's not like there's like a Brigida and Nana hanging out all the time like an Overwatch, you know? They don't have the capability to stop you, but you can get really free kills very consistently. Rip the miss. I kind of troll with my ultimates. I haven't quite played a lot of this character yet, so I don't know the range of it. 100%. Damn. Bested. Respawn, straight back to the flank. I'm gonna go, I think it's underneath here. Underneath, and then sneak around them. You don't ever want to be fighting from the front. You see something that wants to mess with you, run away. Not your responsibility anymore. Sometimes it's fine that you go duel the enemy flanker. Like in a lot of situations, it'll be like you and the flanker going on the same exact flank route. Like it's not so prevalent in this game as it is in Overwatch, because in Overwatch the maps have like one specific flank route that like a tracer should go on. And in this game there's usually like multiple, just because of the way the game has so many ways that you can go around in it. But yep. Finish off some kills with my buddies here. Get rolled by a Sazabi. Pain. But yeah, honestly, just the shenanigans will carry you in games like this. Like you have to learn like what the levels you can clown around with, essentially. Like if you're clowning around so much that you're absent from the fight all the time, you're not going to get enough value out of it. But if you were like doing what I've been doing in this match, just like bullying their spawn, because you are so fast you can kill them and you can get back to the fight like super quickly. You know? Nice little triple kill. Like on E, and that's the thing, is like they're weakened targets usually. So when you do sneak up on somebody on a flank, they're usually going to be weak, you know? And that's like the advantage. And that's why you make sure to, that's one of the reasons you go from behind them to the side. Like when they are low, they'll usually back up, right? Because that's where the health packs are. So if you pay attention to that and you just constantly sneak from behind them, like usually for flankers, they don't really recommend going behind them in other games, but you have so much mobility that you kind of should be doing it usually. Because you get a full set of dashes in literally like 2.5 seconds or something. It's honestly just silly. And ZAKU range doesn't have the same problems that like Sazumi does, for example, of like oh, that's actually trash. No. He goes by a gun tank player. He dashed around me too. Pain. No, I'm angry. I was angry after that. Okay, I actually wasn't. When you do have your like your ultimate, you get to go for some pretty aggro plays. I was hunting for whoever's gonna stand here. I was like, oh, who wants to die? I was like, anyone here? No. Then I went to kill this guy because I was salty at him. And get out of here, bro. I can't be killed by a gun tank twice in a row. It's embarrassing. And then you get your free auto kill, and then that's that. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, this is a micro example, but it would look like this, right? So you pull up here, kill this guy, whatever. The Dom Trooper, like, I shoot at him. He'd reasonably know I'm on this side now. I'm on his right. Dash, dash. And immediately, it takes me like literally like I get to fully rotate, and then I sprint a little bit. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 2 seconds, and I have full dashes again. What? Like that's the stuff you need to be like taking such advantage of. Like it's literally gonna take you like 4 seconds to do like a full rotation around the enemy team frequently. Like it's honestly crazy that you do that on this character. And so them just like literally never knowing where you're coming from is super powerful. Like with in Overwatch, for example, with Tracer, they literally like don't have like you can tell what they're gonna be able to do, right? Like you're paying attention to them, you're watching them, and you're like, okay, Tracer used a blink, she's used 2 blinks, she has a recall and a blink left. You can't rotate all the way around us. But with this character, you can't do that because they have so much stuff going on all the time, and it's absolutely just insane, to be completely honest. If you're looking for some more Gundam Evolution videos, then make sure to check out my mobile suit guides. I made one for all original to 14 mobile suits, and I did a Should You Main guide series also, covering the same mobile suits and talking about whether you should actually main them in Gundam Evolution or not.